And we are live. Welcome everyone, this is your host, Abraham L. Jaguar. I will do a sound check in a few moments. First of all, this channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have dice, miniatures, Game Master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comment. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. Now, a moment please while I do the sound check. Sounds good. We are continuing the White Album visual novel. Now, let me adjust things to full screen. Full screen. Aha, and we are going the Yayoi route. Today should be... It's the 12th, December 1st. TV station hobbies. And we have to speak to so many other girls before. TV station, I'm working as an AD today. I head over to the TV station. Oh, it looks like Rina's here. She always does the same. Oh, Toya-kun. Oh, Toya-kun, look. Rina? Is it? Hello. They should change the greeting just to add a bit of variety, like two or three other greetings. Hey there, what's up? Oh, romance is open. But we're going the Yayoi route, so we need to choose hobbies. Let me double check. Yayoi route. Hobbies, and then just hobbies. Do you have a favorite sport, Rina? And what does he say here? Remember that restaurant? Ah, okay. Do you have a favorite sport, Rina? Do you have a favorite sport, Rina? I don't do it consciously, but I do have a tendency to be into whatever everyone else likes. I'm talking with the Rina Ogata, though. And I'm curious what kind of stuff she's into. What do you mean? To watch or to play? That's a good question. Either or... Let me see... I don't think I've ever given it much thought. Suddenly, a voice from somewhere behind us calls out Rina's name. Well, I think in the case of idols, dancing is also pretty sport-like. You do sweat and work pretty hard when it comes to dancing. And you can have dancing competitions, so dancing should be considered a sport, in my opinion. It's her manager from the other day. It also depends on the sort of dancing, but then again we have esports video games, right? Maybe dancing should also be considered a sport. Maybe it is considered a sport and I'm not aware of it. Okay, I'm coming. Looks like we'll have to end it here. I gotta go. You didn't tell us anything, right? Uh-huh. Oh, sure. We were talking about nothing. Rina hurries over to the opposite side of the room, quickly vanishing from view. It makes sense. I get the feeling she doesn't have the free time to watch sports, let alone play them. She's too busy dancing and singing. Makes me feel kind of sorry for her. No, but why? She enjoys her own stuff. You don't need to enjoy everything. You can enjoy a few activities. Telephone. I'm awakened by the sound of my phone ringing. I must have fallen asleep. Yes, this is Fuji speaking. I still sound half asleep. Maybe it's Reina, right? I'm Toya. It's me, Yuki. Oh, it's Yuki. Yuki, what's up? Honestly, I don't think I will be able to stomach the entire Yuki route. I especially dislike her voice so much. It really is you. You sounded so different for a minute. I thought I dialed the wrong person. Hehehe. That cheerful laugh of hers wakes me right up. And her character design, I'm a... It's like Relkak said, I'm a Yuki hater. I feel really bad about this, but I actually have another favor to ask you. A favor? You need another AD tomorrow? Yeah, I knew it. We just need someone until the current shoot wraps up. So probably tomorrow or the day after at the latest. At the latest or at the least? I know you have school, Toya, so don't feel like you need to say yes. It's a bit difficult to tell with this editing of the game. It's not as good as I would have expected. What should I do? It's say yes, right? Say yes. Yes, because we're going to meet Yayoi then. Excellent. What's this talk about not saying yes? You always work so hard, so there's no way I can say no. I'll be fine. I'll come in to help. You will? You're really sure it won't be a problem? I appreciate it so much. She sounds genuinely happy, even through the wires. It's basically the same job I had last time, right? Easy peasy. Yeah, it sounds like Yayoi took a shining to you as well. Oh, nice. I think this is a major clue. Yayoi took a shining. Based on this premise, any other excuse that Yayoi uses to get to know us or to talk with us means that she likes us. And I think it's also because of the small talk that we used the other time. Even the smallest hints of interest or gratitude towards Yayoi, in a genuine way, in an honest way, it scores so big with her. Oh, really? Well, that's a surprising development. The guy who usually does the job got hurt, and we need someone to fill in for him. She was the one who said you seemed like a good candidate. It could be like an excuse from Yayoi to get to know us. For what I remember of our interactions, I didn't get the impression she liked me at all. Because there are those people, right? That they are emotionally stunted. They're emotionally stunted. And sometimes they like you, they are thankful, they enjoy your company, but because they do not show it at all, they don't even smile. And sometimes you get the wrong idea. But who is to blame you, right? Because they aren't smiling, they aren't saying so. But it happens. Sometimes they like you and they look stone cold. But it's entirely the opposite. Still, despite how tough the job can get sometimes, I love being able to work alongside Yuki. Okay, got it. I'll do my best not to let her down. Yep, I'm sure you'll do great. I'll try. Well, we've got an early start tomorrow, so good night for now. This is going to be pivotal. No thanks to that small talk in Echo's bar. I'm working at the TV station today. Save the game. Better get going. Good morning. I walk into the green room on time today. Oh, morning, Toya. Sorry for suddenly dumping a bunch of work on you. It's no problem at all. I don't really like this outfit. It looks, you know what it looks like? Well, like those old James Bond movies, Moonraker sort of outfit. You know, when they are going to the moon and they have like these silver sci-fi suits. No problem at all. That is, I like it in sci-fi, but not like in this slice of life realistic sort of game. Oh, good morning. There's best girl now. That is an outfit. Look at it. Look at the elegant cut and the suggestive cut here in the chest. You know what this reminds you of, right? Like the little point over here. Magnificent, elegant, and alluring at the same time. Yayoi gives me the exact same greeting as always. Apparently she likes me, so I wonder if it's true. That's the mystery, right? And she's mysterious. Yayoi is the equivalent of the tall, dark, and handsome, but in female. And mysterious. The mystery is always so sexy. She simply watches me with that unchanging, emotionless gaze of hers. The moment I start to get uncomfortable, oh, give it your best today, Yuki. I will. I'll do the best I can. And you're just like not talking at all. Not even good luck or thank you for your cooperation again. Shoot in progress. It's weird how even a lowly AD like me can feel like a full-fledged crew member after working such exhausting hours. Is this bizarre feeling the reason why so many starry-eyed youngsters constantly dream of working in television despite the long hours? Doubt it. It's almost time for Yuki to come out. Should I wait for her? Oh, Toya. Yuki spots me lounging on a couch in the hallway, staring off into space and sipping a tummy-friendly yogurt drink, and rushes over. Thanks for helping out today. No big deal. You must be exhausted though. I say playfully while patting her head. Want something to drink? Something hot maybe? So, some pesticide? I mean coffee? Don't go to any trouble or anything. Ignoring her words of protest, I buy a hot tea from the vending machine much better, before tossing it to her. Thanks. She beams at me delightedly. Do we go? Suddenly on high alert, I hesitantly ask her a question. Yayoi isn't with you today, is she? Yayoi? No, I turned down her offer for a ride home because I wanted to walk with you. Oh, Yuki, we wanted to talk to Yayoi. I see. Good. A part of me is happy, though a part of me is worried this might have some negative consequence in the future. This is foreshadowing. This is perhaps what sparks it all. We end up taking a short break at the station since it's already dark out. Don't you think your manager is a bit creepy? Oh yeah, why? Well, Yayoi does give off that like vampire vibe. Huh? Yayoi? She looks at me, seemingly puzzled. Why do you say that? Amazing person. Amazingly creepy, maybe. She does so much for me, and she's always willing to talk with me. She honestly makes me feel worse in comparison. You know what's funny? The voice actress for Yuki, Aya Hirano, she doesn't speak like that at all in real life. There are also some things. Aya Hirano is undoubtedly, she's talented. And there are some things that I do not like about her personal life. But like I said, every time I hear Yuki, now that I know how Aya Hirano sounds in real life, I always feel like she's forcing it for this role. Not that she's actually doing it like that, but it's just a thing of mine. So, especially when it comes to her voice acting for Beatrix and her singing of the song for Beatrix, the main theme, I always think of that. We're talking about that same robot lady. Kind of like a big sister to me. I guess I can see that. Do you have a problem with her? Not really. She makes a good point. Pretty rude of me. Making assumptions about someone I don't know all that well. Do you have a problem with her? Well, the thing is that Yayoi is not expressive enough, so you cannot blame Toya for that. That's why we interact with people, we try to get our communication across as clearly as possible. Unless you have, like I said, if you do not communicate well enough in expressing that gratitude, that thankfulness, etc. It kind of points to a deeper emotional and mental issue. That's why, for example, people with Asperger's and autism, they have a lot of difficulty communicating with people. Sometimes they get really stressed out just by saying something as simple as "thank you" or "I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you came here." So difficult for them. As long as she's nice to Yuki, then that's all that really matters. I was just worried about whether she was actually doing her job or not. If she ever makes you do something you don't like, even a little, tell me. I will, thank you. But I promise I'm okay. She really is a great manager. I feel like her talents are wasted on me. I guess I don't really have anything to worry about. Though for such a beautiful woman, she could at least try to be a bit friendlier. That's what I am saying. And there are some very absurd people as well. I remember I used back in college, and a bit after that, sometimes I interacted with models and people that appeared on TV. And some of them did not smile at all because they said they didn't want wrinkles forming on their faces. So they saved their smiles for the camera, but in their personal lives, they were like, no smile, because they don't want their faces to get wrinkled. And I think that is absurd, because I have met people that constantly smile throughout their lives and they never get wrinkles. In fact, I would say that if you do not exercise this, you get a lot wrinklier and a lot more wrinkly later on in life. I'm 42 years old. I know what I'm talking about. I've seen things. Well, not like she's my manager or anything. I see. That's reassuring. Good. I pat Yuki on the back and not on the head this time, before we go our separate ways. Keep working hard. I will. Looks like I got work tomorrow. Another long day. No point worrying about it now. I gotta get to sleep, so I'll be ready to tackle it head on. We're going to get a phone call, right? No? Guess not. That was a bit pointless. They had that pause there and there was no phone call. So it's December 3. December 3. Event. Of course I'm down for it. Event. Of course I'm down for it. When you're an AD, it's all or nothing. You're either on the move or standing around twiddling your thumbs. Well, no point in wasting time. Let's head out. Who couldn't even save? Let's save here. And the answer was... Of course I'm down for it. Okay. Good morning. Morning. Toya, you seem tired. Are you okay? Not enough that you need to worry. I smile in response to her concerned question. Yuki's already wearing her stage outfit. It looks like she arrived at the studio earlier than usual to get ready for her show. That's right, working 2 or 3 days in a row is nothing compared to what Yuki usually has to deal with. It's really no big deal. This kind of work is actually pretty fun. Okay. She knows me well enough to see through my act. Hey, good morning. Yayoi is the same as always. By the way, today is your last day, Fuji. Your last day? She's striking. She's striking today. That was her plan all along. She wants to separate Toya from Yuki. Because she thinks, well, this is the mystery of Yayoi. She says that Yuki, that Toya, the main character, is distracting Yuki from her work. That he's a danger to her work, to her rising career. But could it be that she's actually interested in us and that's why she wants to separate us from Yuki? There's still some cleanup to get done, but we appreciate your help. Yep. What's this we appreciate crap? Yuki thanks me all the time, but it would be nice to hear a heartfelt word of gratitude from this chick. And now, I want to take this moment, I forgot to mention it in the previous video. I mentioned that the thing about Yayoi is that she thinks that all of the people in her life that she shows appreciation towards, and this is part of her trauma. Every people that she has mentioned, I love you, I want to be with you, please don't go, any sort of appreciation, neediness, affection. Every people that she has expressed that towards to, they have gone, they have disappeared from her life entirely. So in order to show her, in order to keep people close to her, she treats them dismissively, coldly, frigidly. And that's the entire thing about Yayoi. If Yayoi tells you that she doesn't like you, she doesn't love you, that's her way of telling you, don't go away from my life. It's a paradox, right? Because if you tell someone that you don't want them, that you don't want to be near them, that they should go away, that's the message. They are not going to stay on unless they are masochistic. They are not going to stay in your life. That's the paradox of Yayoi. She's so damaged that she thinks she needs to keep others at a distance in order to keep them in their life, in her life. Alright, Yuki, shall we be off? Alright, sure. Looks like there's a lot to do today, so good luck, Toya. It'll be easy peasy. With that, we head toward the studio. Shoot in progress. We were able to wrap up the shooting on time. And it looks like I'll be helping break down the set, as expected. Hey Toya, nice work today. I turned to see Yuki standing there, still wearing her stage outfit. You're the one who actually worked hard. The shoot went really well. I mean, not that a layman like me would know, but it seemed smooth. Really? I'm glad to hear that. I was wondering if we could head home together. Yayoi is going to interrupt this, I'm sure. Oh, I gently shake my head. I should really stay behind to help break down the set and stuff. Sorry. Why not get Yayoi to drive you home today? Let me guess. Yayoi is also staying behind. Maybe. Or I could just stick around and wait. Don't you have work tomorrow, Yuki? It's really okay. You don't have to wait for me. Besides, you must be exhausted. Oh, I'm fine. I don't feel tired at all. Don't push yourself. You could go on home. I'm the one who'll get in trouble if you push yourself too hard and end up passing out. They might even fire me. I offer her a smile. She hesitantly smiles back, my words finally reaching her. Okay, I appreciate you. I know it's hard work, but you got this. Go on already. I laugh while shooing her off. Well then, guess I'll go home. I promise I'll leave as soon as we're done. Now, I am guessing that Yayoi is going to offer to give us a ride, and then she's going to deliver her ultimatum. You will see. Make sure to get a good night's rest, so you feel better tomorrow. That ultimatum is either her expressing that she doesn't like Toya at all, or her greatest play of affection towards Toya, an attempt to reach out. I promise to go straight to bed and sleep 3 times as long as you. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's right. I have time off tomorrow and the day after. What about you, Toya? What do you mean? It's been a while since I had any time off, so I was hoping maybe we could hang out or something. Me and you? Yeah. Just the two of us? Yes. She's about to say something when Yayoi interrupts. Oh, no. She blushes furiously as it dawns on her. She must be embarrassed about him biting me out. Well, this is kind of embarrassing. Why would you get embarrassed about asking your boyfriend out? Her acting so flustered kind of leaves me in an awkward position. I feel like I'm asking you out or something. Well, that's it. But you're already a couple. You are a couple. Teehee. This is no time for teehees, Yuki. I stand stuck still, unsure what to do. Um, of course I'm down for it. You hardly ever get time off, Yuki. There's no way I'm gonna let this opportunity go to waste. Let's do it. Yay! I'll see you tomorrow then. Wait, he really is a go-getter. You've been working every day for weeks now, yeah? You should at least take one day off to relax. Oh, good point. I guess she's gotten used to never having time off. Then how about the day after tomorrow? We can meet at our usual spot in front of the station. Sounds good to me. Can't wait. Me neither. Well, okay then. Guess I'll be off for today. As long as you're sure you don't want me to wait. She looks at me with an expression of concern, almost as if she's my chaperone. I told you, don't worry about me. We agreed that I'd focus on my job and you'd focus on yours, right? I promise I've got everything under control, so go rest. You're way too sweet sometimes, Yuki. Maybe. Definitely, I can tell you're exhausted. Sometimes it's okay to put yourself first and get some sleep. I'll do just that. I'm gonna have the best sleep ever. Maybe I'll even sleep as soundly as you do. Don't use me as some weird measure of comparison, but I get it. Okay, you, get home safe. And you too, when you finally leave. See ya, good night. Good dreams. We part ways after sharing perfunctory farewells. As I'm walking through the lobby after work, someone passes behind me. Yayoi. From the long hair, I realize it's Yayoi. Oh, she's striking. This is the strike. The strike of the panther. Making her move. I can't see her face, but I'm sure she has the same expression as always. It's easy enough to imagine. Wait, wasn't she supposed to drive Yuki home? It seems like she's noticed me too. Dun dun dun. She stops and turns in my direction. Oh, nice work today. Fuji, was it? Yeah, pretend like we have already talked like 8 times and just like, Fuji, was it? Shoots me a glance that seems unimpressed. I wonder how much Yuki's told her about me. Yuki's no longer here. She sounds slightly annoyed. Does she think I'm some kind of crazy fan who follows Yuki home from work? You know that I don't work here just because Yuki does, right? And look, so Yayoi is either annoyed that Toya is always looking for Yuki in a fan sense, like stalking her or annoying her, but it could be that Yayoi is annoyed that we are focusing on Yuki instead of her. Though I do try to help her out when I can. Seems completely nonplussed by my existence, looking down on me with a hand planted on her hip. It's a terrifying yet gorgeous gesture. You don't understand anything. Where did that come from? But you see, that could be that you don't understand how you're a hindrance to Yuki's career, or you're not getting my feelings because she's unexpressive, not expressing enough. Where did that come from? Do you know what Yuki is dealing with right now? I'm well aware. I tell her how I know this is an important time for Yuki's growth as an artist and idol. She listens silently before speaking up. And oh, sorry, I have to receive a package. Be right back. And I have returned. Moment please while I set up things. There we go. And he asks with an annoyed sigh. And what? Where exactly does that leave you? Her self-professed boyfriend. I'm her actual boyfriend, thanks. What exactly can you do to help her in any way? Wow. How exactly can you, her self-professed boyfriend, help her? Oh, that's pretty hostile. Self-professed. Her feeling the need to use that phrase every time is irritating. Well, you think flattery, sweet nothings, and cheap encouragement are helpful? She's projecting, I think. She's talking about things that she has received in her life. Flattery, sweet nothings, and cheap encouragement. She's being very disrespectful. She cannot tell if the feelings that Toya is expressing are genuine or not. And then what? She'll only end up thinking about you more, until she becomes unable to focus on her work or training. Yuki would never do that. I find myself shouting back. The receptionist looks over at me in surprise. Yayoi seems to have noticed her reaction as well. Let's talk somewhere else. She brings me out the parking lot. Was this her plan all along? Let me make one thing clear, Fuji. I need you to stop bothering Yuki Morikawa more than necessary. Tells me while searching for her car keys. Her voice echoes quietly in the shadowy parking lot, lit only by sodium lamps. I can't believe you think I'm stalking her. I meant for the statement to come out stronger than it did, but instead I sound scared out of my wits. This is all for Yuki's sake, her career. Understand? Lover boy? Wow. This is for Yuki? Or this is for your own sake, Yayoi? You haven't thought this through, have you? She's wrong. I've actually driven myself nuts thinking about it. About what I can actually do for her. In the end, I wasn't able to come up with an answer. I would have been happy for her to give me one. That's what I thought at the time. But she can't ever give me a direct answer. I'm not asking you to break up with her. Just... And this is when she makes her move, I'm sure. She chuckles quietly. It's the first time I've ever seen her smile, and this is key. This key moment. Why is Yayoi smiling right now? It's cold and almost cruel. Just don't become an important fixture in her life, that's all. I think she's projecting. I think Yayoi is remembering a romance from her past. That's why she chuckled. She remembered something that happened to her. I'm sure that your words of encouragement mean a great deal to her. I've seen as much while you've been working here at the studio. Then why is she being such an asshole by saying that Toya is using cheap encouragement and whatnot, who knows what, but not. And I'm sure if you were to suddenly vanish, her work would suffer as a result. But I'd prefer if it ended there. What's she trying to tell me? If Yuki becomes more dependent on you than she is right now, her career is over. That's not... Yuki would never... If you can provide some kind of substantial support, then by all means go for it. Yuki becomes more dependent on you than she is right now. She utters that inhuman laugh again. She remembering her past, her own past. Having your disgusting relationship splashed across the tabloids would be an undeserved stain on her career. Disgusting? She's probably right. Sad as it is for me to admit that. Clearly knows Yuki better than I do. Takes the matter of her blossoming future seriously. She doesn't know Yuki better than Toya. He's been with her since the school days. Perhaps she knows the professional environment, but there is something else going on here. I don't blame Yuki for trusting her as much as she does. I find myself steadily growing embarrassed. So you want me to be her companion or therapist, but not her boyfriend. That would be appreciated. And the first time Yayoi smiles. Up front. Sounds like a teacher praising a student for getting an answer right. I honestly have no idea what to do in order to help Yuki. But should I really talk to her with some false sincerity? It's nothing more than sophistry, a labyrinth of words used to deceive. She crosses her arms, waiting for my answer. I can't believe this bitch is basically forcing me to verbally agree to her plan. She stands there, backlit by the sodium lamps. Are you so hell-bent on the destruction of her promising future that you'd make her happy now with your contrived affection? The fight goes out of me. That was the coup de grace. The eerie light of the deserted winter parking lot binds me in place. I can't escape. I'm on the verge of tears. All I can think about is what I should do for Yuki. My ability to process the question has long since broken down. The words running endlessly through my head. Yes, it's very difficult from what I have seen. People in showbiz, in the case of idols, right? Because they create that illusion of being everybody's sweetheart, everybody's girlfriend. The moment they have a relationship with someone else, depending on the image that they have been handling, it could be the end of it all. She approaches me like she knows she's won. Her hand touches mine. And this is my hypothesis, that Yayoi became a bit, at least curious about the main character, Toya, ever since he started to reach out towards her, even though Toya was obviously doing it to get, to have things flow a bit more smoothly between Yuki and him, because Yayoi is here, is her manager. Yayoi took it as a sort of possibility of affection. Like maybe, just maybe, this guy is interested in her. I pull it back with a jerk. But instead of backing off, it follows, not letting me escape. She grips my frightened hand in hers. Oh, we're gonna save this one. Her skin is smooth, though neither hot nor cold. My hand begins shaking from fear. Oh, Toya, man up! Toya! This guy, I don't know what... Well, maybe it has to do with his childhood trauma. But sometimes he's such a wuss. That being said, I understand it's difficult to keep one's heart in check with promises alone. Instead of Yayoi telling Toya to get, let's say, a sexual worker to satisfy his needs, she goes and does this. Her gaze captures mine, because that's her excuse, that she's going to offer herself to Toya, so that Toya, when he gets, as guys, we have certain needs. So when Toya gets the need for speed, she's going to be there physically for him, so that Yuki is not distracted. Her eyes are clouded and unreadable. People get lost in the fog not because it is deep, but because they don't know how deep it truly is. Oh, that's deep? That in itself is truly deep. People get lost in the fog not because it is deep, but because they don't know how deep it is. And I feel like a stray animal wandering in those eyes. She grasps my hand in both of hers before bringing it up to her face. I find myself completely enveloped in her indescribable body heat. Whoa! So she went from cold to hot in just a few seconds. Neither warm nor cool, just in the middle. I am happy to keep you company at any time. You should need it. Place of Yuki. Yayoi likes Toya. Even if you're the most professional of professionals, you would tell the guy. Any other woman would have told the guy. I know a great place where they can attend to your physical needs. Something, or yeah, recommend one of those establishments, right? You know, a certain establishment to satisfy the man's need for action, for physical action. But she's offering herself, so she's definitely into Toya 100%. She says nonchalantly. Then, without another sound, she lets my hand go and slides into the driver's seat of her car. I stand there, too scared to move. Then, like she's finished some sort of job, her face returns to a blank mask and she drives off. I stay in that completely silent parking lot for a few moments after she leaves, unable to move. Being forced to crunch at work until yesterday has taken its toll. I would love to go out, but I'm so tired. My hands are kind of tied. It'll be bad if I completely burnt myself out, so I should probably take the day to rest. Ring. Someone's calling. Who is it? Check. Yes, this is Fuji speaking. I'm sorry for bothering you so late at night. This is Shinosuka. Yayoi is calling us. Yayoi is more of a stalker than Toya would ever be. The moment I hear her voice, I feel my breath catch in my throat. This is Toya. I try my best to maintain a level of composure. You sound so much different on the phone. I apologize for my rudeness, but I took the liberty of looking up your phone number. What's the choice? Of course, I'm down for it. So next time, it happens until the 8th of December. He says, not sounding apologetic at all. It doesn't bother me. I'm calling about yesterday. Okay, I think about playing dumb for a second, but knowing it probably won't work out to my advantage, I give up on that idea. Do you have time tomorrow? Wow. I don't, in fact. I decide she doesn't need to hear the rest. In fact, what? She asks me, her tone composed and cool. That's right. She knows all of Yuki's plans, both work-related and personal. So she is doing this exactly to interrupt our date with Yuki. Worst case scenario, she knows everything we do on Yuki's days off as well. Don't tell me she's seriously trying to keep us apart. Maybe she's. If she was serious about what she said yesterday, then who the hell cares what she thinks? But also I don't think it'll go well for me if I decide to be stubborn and hold my ground. For now, it might be a great idea to meet with her and hear what she has to say, as well as tell her how I truly feel about Yuki. Whatever happens, I feel like we need at least one proper conversation about this situation. Not talking about Yuki as some kind of accessory, but as a human being. Sorry, Yuki, but I think it would be better for me to meet with Yayoi tomorrow. I was hoping you might be able to join me. You were hoping? Huh? You knew what I'd say from the very start. But I'll hold off on giving her a peace of mind for now. until I see her in person tomorrow. Is there a problem? Not exactly. Fine, I'd be happy to meet with you. After what happened the other day, I'm coming into this with a clear disadvantage. So I'm happy to play along. I'm glad I called. In that case, I'll be waiting for you tomorrow in front of the station. Then, business complete, she immediately hangs up the phone. The sweat on the receiver causes it to stick to my ear, but I somehow manage to hang up myself. Even so, though, this guy is sometimes such a scaredy cat. The monotonous robotic disconnect tone lingers in my ears, even after. Trying to hold my annoyance at bay, I call up Yuki. Hey Yuki, sorry. It turns out I won't be able to make it tomorrow after all. Oh, why? She asks, seemingly in disbelief. Because I'm too timing you with Yayoi. Because I'm cheating on you with Yayoi. The why doesn't really matter. All she cares about is that I can't see her. So, my cousin is visiting and I'm expected to show her around town while she's here. I make up a believable lie. He shouldn't have lied. He should have said, sorry, I'm not feeling well and I'm visiting someone to check me up. Maybe, right? Something that I see. Or I have some problems with an acquaintance. I have some problems with an acquaintance, and I need to meet up with them. It's really important, and I need to do it in private. While she sounds incredibly disappointed, there's no hint of doubt in her voice at all. I'm sorry. I promise I'll make it up to you the next time I see you at school. I feel so bad. Don't be. It's fine. You have a life and things you gotta do. I understand that much. It's too bad, but I'll see if Haruka wants to hang out. Don't worry. Give my regards to your cousin. Her sincerity and kindness are heartbreaking, especially knowing I lied to her. Again, I'm really sorry. That's all I can say. I'm meeting with Yayoi today. She's already at the station when I arrive. She's dressed in the same form-fitting suit I always see her wearing at the TV station. She has a cool business-like vibe as she casually glances down at her wristwatch. That's just a surface impression, though. Let's save the game here. When would it? Right, this one. As soon as she spots me, she raises her hand in my direction, as if hailing a cab, her expression flat and emotionless. You made it. She looks at me, her gaze more or less amicable. I see you're a man of his word. At the expense of canceling on Yuki, of course. She chuckles to herself. Is she chuckling because of a job well done or because she's happy that Toya is there for her? It's like she's thinking. I'm still harping on that. I want us to be able to have a laid-back conversation. Let's go somewhere we can relax. With that, she walks off, leading me along. She inserts her key into a familiar-looking black BMW, parked next to the curb nearby. She looks even cooler sliding casually into the driver's seat. Get in. She leans over and pushes open the passenger side door, bitingly. I get in awkwardly, unused to riding in a car, let alone one made by a foreign manufacturer. That's so Japanese. The Japanese really need to get over that government-imposed trauma. Science fiction, right, YouTube? Don't get angry, YouTube. Seeing her in profile against the tinted windows behind her only seems to emphasize her beauty. With a low hum, the car seems to glide over the road. They're quite beautiful when it comes to anime standards. Although her nose here looks a bit flat, like a bit too flat. With a low hum, the car seems to glide over the road. The landscape flowing past the tinted windows looks so bizarre that it almost feels disconnected from the reality in here. She grips the steering wheel silently, not saying a word. She's got the same blackened expression as always. No, not quite the same, but it is how she always looks when driving her car. The light at the intersection turns red and she slows to a stop. She is the one who eventually breaks the heavy silence that fills the car. Where shall we go then? Is there anywhere you would prefer? Me? You were the one who asked me to meet you. I guess that's true. That shows her experience at dating. She's probably had like perhaps a couple, 3 at most real dates, and the rest have been things related to work or people using her. She laughs lightly. Any objections to simply going for a drive? That's fine with me. The light changes and we speed up again. A driving date? That's lame. The wind's been pretty cold, she says quietly while inserting her key into the slot on the side of her car. Her long hair is fluttering in the aforementioned way too icy breeze. Oh, so they decided to stop somewhere. That's also nice. A park. Winter wind is always like this. How poetic. Yeah. Now she's opening up. I love how everything looks in the winter time. I also like the winter a lot. Well, I guess you could say I like all of the seasons, but I can appreciate the beauty of each season. Her voice is flat and expressionless as she talks about her romantic view of the season. It lacks any hint of emotion, warm, cold, or otherwise. You enjoy a landscape lined with barren trees? Yes. That's weird, right? Taken out of context, it probably sounds like we're on some kind of off-season picnic. A conversation between a man and a woman in a quiet field. But that's what it is. Oh yeah, that's what this is. But that's not the case at all. No, it is. The air is so clear that you can see the beauty of everything for miles around. Yayoi, I didn't come here with the expectation of engaging in light-hearted banter, but she's actually looking for that romantic connection. You can tell. As emotionally damaged that she is, she's reaching out for that. Especially the kind that seems theatrical in nature, bordering on sarcasm. I don't think that's the case at all. I'm going to ask you a serious question and I want an honest answer. See, she was taken aback. She was like, oh. What exactly is going through your head? She looks at me for a moment before immediately shifting her gaze to a row of mostly leafless trees with blanched bark. I'm not sure what exactly you mean. Of course, she's not going to show all of her cards. You do that and you kill the mystery. I highly doubt your plan to keep me away from Yuki is entirely for her sake. Ah, that's a good one, Toya. Now that's a better question. Straight for the jugular. We already discussed this. No, not at all. You don't do this with every guy. And without another word, she walks away. Please don't see my efforts as an attempt to bully you. I'm merely hoping for your cooperation in this sensitive matter. Do you see? She cannot even fathom the idea that Toya is perhaps somewhat curious about the possibility of romance. Though I can't say that my methods are pure. She pauses for a moment because she is actually interested in Toya. I need you to understand that every action we take is with Yuki's success in mind. Right. We're just going in circles here. There's no way I can win an argument based on my supposed egotism for not giving an inch when Yuki sacrificed so much to get this far. In order to melt Yayoi's ice? Are you really okay with all of this, Yayoi? In order to melt the ice of such a woman? Someone that is, oh, we're just getting physical, but it's all for work-related reasons or for convenience. You need to go all out physically? until they are overwhelmed, overpowered by your advances. That's the only way. Taking it as far as possible until they either say stop or keep going or stop while they are still kissing you and hugging you. The mixed signals, because those mixed signals, it means that they want to continue the relationship. When a woman says no, she means it. But when she says no and she hugs you, she kisses you, she leans on you, she gets super physical with you, that's another thing. Her emotionless mask wavers for a brief moment. What do you mean? Play dumb, Yayoi. You clearly hadn't been expecting that question. You're willing to sacrifice your own life to ensure you kiss her. I still don't follow. Such as sacrificing your personal time to spend it with a man you don't like. It's forcing me to admit some hard truths. Is that how you view the situation? I see. There is clearly a difference in values between us. Values? What does that have to do with anything? Yes. Let's consider hypotheticals. For example, you find out your appendix will burst in about a year, which could lead to your death. What would you do? People that immediately go into hypotheticals is serious matters. They are cowards. Yayoi has just revealed that she is so afraid. Would you remove it preemptively or wait for a diagnosis or appendicitis due to a fear of surgery? For starters, that is all bullshit. The appendix can be healed. In science fiction, YouTube. In science fiction, the appendix can be healed. You can have a healthy appendix. Science fiction. But so that itself puts a damper on her hypothetical scenario. But when it comes to people like I said that immediately go to hypothetical scenarios, they do that because they want to distance themselves from reality, from the issue at hand. So if you are talking with anyone, and you are treating a particular subject that is very serious, and they go, let's go hypothetically speaking into this hypothetical scenario, or make it, just imagine, or picture this. They want to distance themselves from the matter, and they have revealed their complete cowardice related to the issue. I'm the appendix in this metaphor. Hold on a sec. What? That is so offensive. I would understand if this were coming from Yuki, but when I look up, Yayoi is already several steps ahead, walking down the path through the forest by herself. Despite knowing this conversation is going nowhere, I still hurry to catch up to her. Here is where Toya fails, and I hope he corrects that in his next line of conversation. But he should have said, I'm not going into your hypothetical scenarios. Answer me clearly. We're not doing that. Or we're not going into that bullshit. Don't let the other person guide the conversation. That's the way you control the flow, the pacing. About what you said earlier, by the time we're on the way back, following our stroll through the woods, it's already dusk. Yes? She asks casually while keeping her eyes on the road ahead. You were the one who mentioned how different our values are. I did. Where exactly do your values lie? To be quite frank, I'm not sure I understand or agree. I feel like your decisions are based on a misunderstanding of Yuki herself, leading you to run full speed ahead without regard for what she wants. The only one with a misunderstanding here is you. I almost seem to catch a faint whiff of foliage from her skin. I am Yuki's manager, and Yuki is aiming to become a top idol in the... I know that much, and I understand what your job entails. However, Yayoi is fishing for us to actually show affection, like, Yayoi, you need to value yourself. You don't want to be with me, you don't have to do this, you see? I turn to face her, interrupting her before she can finish. But she in turn glances in my direction before cutting me off. My job? You see what I do as merely a job? Wow. She snorts derisively. Derisively? Like what I said was ridiculous. The car slows, then stops. It's my dream. To be able to help a talented woman like Yuki reach the pinnacle of her capabilities. So maybe she wanted to be an idol when she was much younger. That's your dream? It's now completely dark, and it's impossible for me to make out Yayoi's expression. It is. That is why I intend to remove any obstacle that stands in the way of Yuki's growth, by any means necessary. Now that is bullshit. I believe that she has some emotional investment on Yuki being a successful idol, but she's also looking for affection. Even if that so-called obstacle happens to be her boyfriend. There are many other ways to get rid of that boyfriend. Like I said, recommend an establishment for him, recommend an escort for him. Try that route first, and if that doesn't work, then maybe she will have like an excuse of using herself, her own body, for this purpose. You don't care what happens to you, huh? Correct. He answers matter-of-factly. Now here, this would be an aggressive moment for Toya to get an aggressive move, to take an aggressive action. He should immediately start making out with her, to see if she's so committed, to see if she's taken aback. That is how our values differ. I hear her unbuckle her seatbelt. He knew that this was his moment to take action, so she's attacking first. Preemptive strike. What the hell's wrong with you? I ask her quietly. At the end of the day, both Yuki and I are nothing more than pawns being moved around a board to satisfy your ego. She's going to jump us. Look. Perhaps. Her serene voice causes me to look up, only to be blinded by the glare of a sodium lamp as she suddenly opens her door. Not this time. She gets out of the car. In the anime, she went for it in that scene. I suddenly realize she's driven me back to my apartment. Does she want to go in? The chill in the air sweeps away whatever warmth she left behind. I hurriedly get out of the car myself. I know we weren't driving around for that long, yet my legs feel half asleep. Don't kid yourself that any of this is for Yuki's sake. It's all for yourself, exactly. Well, not all of it. What you call my ego is simply a byproduct of Yuki's success. But it's still yours. Still your ego. She says without a hint of reticence, it is not Yuki's ego, it is yours. Do you want to spoil Yuki's future for the sake of your own ego? All for the base satisfaction of fulfilling your own romantic aspirations? At least my ego is tied to fulfilling her dreams. And we're back to this. All I ask is for you to shower me with the adoration you would otherwise shower on her for a few months. You see, she's still the receptacle of my romantic feelings. She's benefiting from this. Her sweet voice purrs in my ear. You don't have to take it seriously. It'll be just for fun. Ooh. Let's save the game. Just for fun? That must be her trump card. Do you really think Yuki would be happy about what you're proposing? Absolutely not. She states definitively. On the contrary, she would probably be heartbroken if she were to hear anything about this from either of the two people she trusts the most in her life. This editor needs to use more commas. You're a monster, Yayoi. I moan, while pressing my right hand to my forehead. We're in the same boat here. I have no cards to play against her pragmatic attitude. It's better not to view the situation as completely hopeless. Though it'll make things a lot easier if you hate me a little less, at least for the next few months. She's smiling while she presses her lips to my ear, her cold kiss exuding no warmth at all. Just know that I will never leave Yuki for you, that's out of the question. You're still being unfaithful to Yuki, Toya. You can easily reject this woman, but you are letting her do whatever she wants to you. This is the moment Toya lost all interest in Yuki in this route. Are you still okay with that? It's the best I can do in the situation, though it's tantamount to admitting defeat. That's fine. I have no plan on engaging in an actual relationship with you anyway. And this is Yayoi, again. All of the people in her life that she has shown interest in, they have left her, abandoned her. So by telling us this, she wants to keep us in her life. It's the way of not hexing the situation, of not jinxing it. She gives me a smile that sends shiver up my spine. That's why she's happy, that's why she's smiling. This is her twisted way of showing affection. Then both she and her car vanish from view, and I'm left standing there alone. That smile of hers gives me the creeps. All I can do for a moment is stand there shivering. I'm powerless to do anything else. What should I do? Even after returning to my room alone. Let's save the game and we are stopping for today. When it comes to White Album, in about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, I'm going to be streaming Vambrace, Cold Soul, Darkest Dungeon type of waifu sort of game. Not exactly like that, it has that anime style, but it definitely differs in aesthetics. But it's quite gritty, deadly, and it fits the weather perfectly because it is supernaturally cold-like environment. Thank you for watching this live stream. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the thanks button. Like, subscribe, take a look at the information in the description, the pinned comment. This has been your host Abraham L. Jaguar. And remember, level up in game and level up in life. Once again, thank you and see you later.